What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today I'm sharing the newest collection from KBShimmer, which is called Summer Vibes. Now before we get into it, if you haven't heard of KBShimmer before, they are an independent nail polish brand that is based in the US, but they are available internationally, and all of them are listed as 5 free, meaning they are free of 5 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish. But if you look at their ingredients list, you'll actually see that they are technically 8 free. They're also vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients, and they're cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. So for this Summer Vibes collection, we've got 9 brand new nail polishes in a variety of specialty finishes, and we really do have a nice range of colors going on in here as well. If you missed it, they actually also recently released a collection of neon creams, which I did review. I'll link it up in the cards, but this collection is really focused on all of those fun specialty finishes. We've got a lot of shimmer and flaky and cruelty and all the fun stuff. So let me show you the swatches first, then we can get into my thoughts on them, pricing, availability, all that good stuff. So roll the swatch footage. So as always with my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today it's the KBShimmer base coat. Starting off with this shade, Simply the Zest. I wanted to start with this one because it was the most surprising for me. This one is a really gorgeous yellow shimmer that has these slightly larger hollow flecks running throughout, and it also has this really gorgeous duochromy, almost greenish shimmer. So it definitely feels like a lemony kind of color. And I just have to say, I feel like I've been struggling with yellows for so long now. The last few months, I have just not been happy with any of the yellow releases, and this one blew me away. It is stunning. It is perfect opacity in 2 coats. I love that sort of greenish tint to it, and I just feel like it's such a perfect summer yellow. So I am just so happy that I finally found a good yellow. And then we've got What a Catch. This one is the same type of formula as the yellow, but this time we've got a really beautiful blue base, and it has this gorgeous duochromy shimmer that shifts from this sort of teal kind of color into a lighter green. And again, we have these gorgeous hollow chips running throughout as well, and this is definitely the perfect poolside manicure. I feel like this is the type of shade that KBShimmer always does so well this time of year. It just feels like a perfect summer color. It's very beachy, it's very oceanic, and again, it gave me perfect coverage in 2 coats. And I love how that greenish shimmer almost looks a little bit yellow when the light hits it. It definitely reminds me of like the sun hitting a body of water, so I think it's just really perfectly summery. Then we've got the shade Swim Pickings, and this one is a cobalt blue jelly that is absolutely packed with iridescent flakies in a bunch of different sizes. I love that this one is a deeper color, but it still feels so summery, especially with the saturation of the color and just how bright and almost tropical looking all of the flaky colors are inside it. I have been loving flaky jellies so much recently, and I just think I'm going to be wearing them all summer, so very pleased with this one. Again, it kind of has that oceanic vibe. It almost reminds me of rainbow fish just because the iridescent flakies just look like really beautiful scales. So I don't know, a little nostalgic for me too. Then we've got the shade Bucket List, and this one is a really interesting color. It's kind of this purpley jelly base, and then it's packed with an iridescent flake kind of shimmer that really shows a lot of colors in that purple. I mean, head on, I'm seeing a lot of pink into orange into yellow, but when I move my nails around a little bit more, I'm also seeing a little bit of green and blue as well. So it definitely has a fun, very colorful sort of vibe, and I do like this shade because it kind of gives me a little bit of a sunset vibe, but I feel like I could also make this kind of color work for other times of year. Like, I think this would be a really pretty springy color, or it also feels like a very good late summer into fall kind of shade to me. Now, this one did give me a little bit of a sheer look on the first coat, so I was curious to try it over black, and I think that that gave me a really cool effect. Basically, all of that purple jelly base kind of disappears, and you just get this almost multi-chromatic color of flakies across the nail, so I thought that was really cute. I always like when I can get 2 different types of manicures out of one polish. Then we have Give Me the Scoop. This is another purpley kind of shade. This time we've got an almost orchid color jelly base, and then we've got an iridescent shimmer running throughout that head on looks like a pink into this softer gold color. But again, around the edges, I'm seeing a lot of yellow into green into blue, which is really beautiful. I have to say, in the bottle, I thought this one was going to be a lot darker, but I do like the softness of how it looks mix into coats on my nails. It definitely brightened and softened up the color a lot once I had it on my nails instead of in the bottle, but it does give me a little bit of a spring vibe. And since I had my black polish out, I figured I would try this one over black as well, and I actually really loved this one too. It kind of just looks like a deep duochromy coppery red into orange color, and I also realized there was a little sparkle of hollow running throughout when I tried it over black. Then we've got the shade Aim to Breeze, and this one actually might be my favorite of the collection, which is so funny because it's such a simple shade, but it feels like such a perfect summer color to me, especially like as a pedicure kind of color. So this one is a super neon pink cool toned jelly base, and then it is absolutely packed with this gorgeous blue shimmer. The formula was so incredible, it was so easy to work with, and I just feel like it's such a simple manicure, but it just feels so perfectly summery to me. And I know this isn't, I don't think it's technically a Barbie color, but for some reason this type of pink with a blue shimmer always makes me think of Barbie. So I feel like, I don't know, it's just giving me Barbie summer vibes. And I just knew with how intense that blue shimmer was going to be that this would be so gorgeous over black. So again, just tried this one over black and it just became such an intense blue. I love it. This is what I'm talking about when I say two totally different manicures out of one polish. This is like going from a neon pink into this deep oceanic blue kind of color. I just love it. Moving on, we have That's My Jam, and this is a really interesting one. When I actually saw this one in the bottle, I was thinking this is definitely more of a winter holiday color. In the bottle, it looks like just a really intense shimmery red, but as soon as I started applying it, I saw a lot more of the pinky tones within it, which I think does make it a lot more bright and summery of a color. It feels like a great 4th of July kind of color for those of you in the US, and it does feel like a classic red with that sort of pinky twist. So I kind of discounted this one in the beginning, but I ended up really liking it on the nails, and I do think that if I wanted to make it more of a winter holiday color, I could probably pop on a third coat and get that real depth. And then we've got Once in a Melon. This one is such a beautiful neon jelly that has the iridescent flakies running throughout, and I was so excited about this one as well. It's sort of this salmon pinky kind of color, and the interesting thing about this jelly is it has that sort of milkiness to it that I really enjoy. I think it adds a little bit of cloudiness to the jelly, so it's easier to cover up the visible nail line, and it's just so fun with all of those iridescent flakies in it. Just feels like the perfect shade, and it definitely makes me look pretty tan. And last but not least, we have Stick With Me, and this one is a soft pink jelly base that is packed with an iridescent golden shimmer that in some lights looks a little bit cooler toned, almost like a greenish, and then in some angles it also looks very warm and almost orangey. And I do think that this one is a little bit more intense in the bottle than it looks on the nail, but on the nail it feels like such a beautiful, elegant sort of manicure. I kind of wish that I had seen this one before I did my favorite wedding polishes, because for some reason, especially in one coat, this color was giving me a little bit of a wedding vibe. I think just that sort of sheer elegance to it really spoke to me. And of course, just one last time trying it over black just out of curiosity, and I think all of that iridescent shimmer changed so much over black. It became this kind of yellow into green. I will say this one did look a little bit streaky over black, but I feel like I could still make it work. So here's all the colors together, and I actually really love this color story. I feel like these colors work really well for summer. They definitely scream summer to me for the most part, but I think I could also make these colors work for other seasons, which I always think is very exciting. And I also feel like the colors are a little bit more cohesive than usual with KBShimmer. A lot of times I really love their shades individually, but I don't think they really speak as a full color story together. But with these, I feel like there's a few different Skittle combinations that I could make work wearing all of them on my nails. And I think there's also some fun opportunities to do like one as a manicure color and one as a pedicure color, especially because we have a lot of kind of matching colors that would work for that. So like the two blues, the two purples, even having like that neon pink with the blue as like a manicure color and then the blue jelly as a toenail color. I just think it would be fun to kind of combine these, and I think a lot of them work really nicely together, which is surprising and impressive. So those are the polishes, and overall I really enjoyed them. One thing I really love about KBShimmer, and especially about their specialty finish collections like this, is it feels like the colors work really well for the season that they come out for, but they're also polishes that you can really wear any time of year. A lot of them just feel like they work for multiple seasons for me. Now I know not everybody wears their nail polishes seasonally, but I have a lot of nail polishes, and if it weren't for seasonal wearing, I would probably wear the same colors all the time. So I really do enjoy wearing my polishes just based on the season or the weather. But with shades like these, I do feel like I can make them work for multiple seasons, which is really fun. And I also just appreciate the strong variety that we get in each collection. It just feels like there's something for everyone in each set. And as much as I did love those neon creams, I thought they were an amazing formula. I'm just really happy to see some summery specialty finishes from them as well. So now let's talk about pricing and availability. All of these polishes come in 15 milliliter bottles. They do feature a wide flat brush that has a rounded tip, so application is really easy. I would say KBShimmer is one of the most beginner friendly brands I've used, especially for being an indie brand. I feel like they're just very smooth and workable. But all of these colors retail for $12 USD each on the KBShimmer website, so I'll link that down below. You can check them out if you're interested. And if you're on their website, I do also highly recommend their nail care products. Specifically, their Clearly on Top Quick Dry Top Coat is one of my top favorites, and they also have really amazing cleanup brushes, so definitely recommend those as well. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of this collection specifically? Which collection do you prefer? Do you like the all cream neons, or do you like these specialty finishes better? Leave it in the comments below. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. And of course, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my royal astronomer Amanda M, as well as my cosmic admirals Ken, Rosie, and Angel. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Sabrina, and Sabrina wants to know, what is your favorite month of the year? I feel like this has changed recently because I think for the majority of my life, I would have said October is my favorite month of the year, but I have to say I'm really enjoying July lately. And I feel like this is also a great time to plug that on the day that I'm uploading this video and the day that you are maybe watching it, it is my birthday. So my birthday is July 2nd, and I'll be honest, I don't usually love my birthday. I feel like I sometimes get a little bit sad on my birthday, but just in general, summers have been so amazing since I moved to Nevada. I really enjoy the warmth. I really enjoy having like pool days, and I don't know, I just feel like July feels like vacation even when I'm working. Like it just feels like a fun time of year. So I definitely really enjoy that, and I think that might be my current favorite month. Second place definitely goes to October because I love Halloween. I love that time of year. I love autumn, and I love scary things. So I feel like that's like a very October thing, but definitely really enjoying my summers more than I ever have before. So yeah, I'll give it to July this time. But please let me know what your favorite month is down in the comments. We can chat about it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.